Hey, what is up, everyone? So, something I've been thinking about recently with Sea of Thieves is, does the Insider program ruin excitement for the game? Now, obviously, the Insider program is completely optional. You do not have to be part of the Insider program, but for a lot of, I wouldn't even say hardcore players, but just players that are more engaged with Sea of Thieves, they're likely in the Insider program, and even if they don't do the 1 hour per week inside the beta build, they might be just on the forums and just kind of seeing what's coming out and that kind of stuff. Now, the main incentive for being inside of Insiders is to unlock a whole suite of exclusive cosmetics that are just for the Insider program. Now, around like middle of last year or sometime around then, I had completed all of these rewards and there was nothing else for me to unlock. So since then, I haven't really been part of the Insider program. I haven't really been like active within it, but every so often I'll go in and kind of see like what they're working on and how things are going with it. And while this video is not going to be talking about specifics about like what's in the insider program, obviously that's all behind NDA. The main thing I want to talk about is, does us knowing this information so far in advance ruin excitement for future seasons and the current season? I find for myself, if I don't like what's coming out for the next season, it makes the current season, just playing in the public release of the game, feel less enjoyable to me. So even if the current season is great, I don't find myself as excited because the thing to look forward to is just not appealing to me. So in some ways, those negative thoughts kind of blend into the current season. Now, this might just be a personal thing and that's just me, but I wouldn't be surprised if other players that are both, big fans of the main Sea of Thieves game but are also in the Insider program might have these similar thoughts where an upcoming season, maybe it's either not targeted for them or maybe it is targeted at them, but they don't feel like it's adequately accomplishing what they're setting out to do. Or in some cases where you might see some stuff that sounds really cool, but then you later on see how it's either implemented or maybe it's a canceled feature, and that really hurts your excitement for the game. This isn't like meant to be like a big insightful topic. I just was thinking about it recently, and I think the Insider program is great for what it is. I do think they probably could listen to the insiders a little bit more in terms of, say, like what do insiders want in the game, as well as just when insiders are reporting bugs and stuff, taking more action to address those. But I also think it's pretty hard for them, in fairness, because you have plenty of people that are flooding those forums and stuff saying about either how could you do this or no, don't do these changes, especially like with, say, like some of those weapon changes and stuff that were happening last year, or just in general, people are always complaining or whatever in the forums. I typically don't write in the forums unless it's something specific that, they're wanting feedback on ideas and stuff. But for the most part, I'm not usually spending time writing in the forums. I'm usually just kind of lurking and just seeing like what people are talking about and stuff. But as a whole, I think insiders is a good thing. I just think it's something interesting to talk about in the nature of like beta testing. I think you could expand this topic too to a little bit further extent where with, say, like the preview event from last year. So we've had these things in the past where either we had like a roadmap, or last year was the preview event where we got to see what was coming up for the next few seasons. On one hand, I like that because it's nice to be able to know what to expect, what to anticipate. Like, I remember last year I was really excited for season 14. Obviously, season 14 had its issues, but I'm still a fan of features like the disguises and stuff like that. But you could still apply the same thing to the preview event, where when we know about what's coming in the future, whether it's stuff we're excited about or disappointed by, does that kind of ruin the excitement? And I think, and a comparison to this is with the Pirates of the Caribbean tall tales that were introduced into the game. Insiders and regular players had no idea this was coming. It was announced at the E3 event, and then it was available like a week or two later. That was a huge, huge excitement for everyone in the game because no one knew it was coming. It was a big secret, and I think it really helped bring a lot of energy to the game and to the community. Now, since we didn't get a preview event for this year, I think we might have a little bit better of a chance this year to be a little bit more excited about upcoming seasons and upcoming updates. I think right now, Rare has been doing a good job with having some little teasers to what's coming for the next season, even though they kind of spoiled it by announcing that it was going to be a Reaper update back in some of the podcast episodes. But just being able to see stuff like there's the new Reaper rowboats that are in the game now, there's lots of Reaper markings all across the world that you can see. There's some stuff like with the little cards at Port Merrick. So there's a lot going on with the game and building up that anticipation for the next season. Will it deliver on that? Hard to say. We'll have to wait till Season 16 releases to find out. But I just thought it'd be an interesting topic to discuss how insiders or preview events can ruin excitement sometimes for the game, and even including the current season. But those are my thoughts on this topic. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this? Do you have the same issue as me where, if you're not looking forward to the next season, it kind of makes you not feel as great about the current season? Or do you just not have this at all and you love every season that comes out? I'd love to hear all y'all's thoughts in the comments below, but if you enjoyed this video, it'd be great if you liked and subscribed. And until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.